All right, so yesterday I said I wanted to try and adjust the kind of second section of our chorus blaster chiptune piece here. I liked what we made, but it didn't feel like the right energy, and so I didn't go back to the drawing board. I turned some things off and added a few other things. Here's kind of where we're at now. I'll play the previous section into the new section. So things are definitely really banging off the clipper, the wave shaper on the master out here. I feel like this thing is probably doing a lot of work. I don't know, I can hear a lot of distortion happening, and it doesn't bother me. It sounds fine. It's just a lot. For this section here, the main thing we took out was this guy. These sounds were so, like, this is so soft, so gentle, so mournful, and what is supposed to be kind of a bombastic piece, that even when you just put the beat back in, this doesn't feel like I'm fighting, right? It doesn't feel like there's a fight happening here. This feels like I'm just listening. I don't know, like I'm mourning the people I lost, right? And I want this to be a really energetic section. Not as energetic as the section we just had, but like still maintaining energy just in a different way. So I figured the best thing is to take this guy out. This is already better. Put the bass back in. And this is good. This isn't bad. But it wasn't the sort of thing that like really had the same punch to it that I wanted it to. I still think it could be better. This guy did slow us down. These triplets though were definitely getting in the way. This sound here. So we took that out. We added back in a new set of drums. Now this is a drum patch I've been wanting to use for a long time. I bought this as when I first. I produced music in Logic since 2012, but I kind of took my MacBook I had from 2012 was what I had been producing on for years, and it had gotten super old. And when I finally decided to switch platforms, really none of the plugins I had could transfer with me because they were all plugins I got as a student, and so to move the license wasn't nothing I could do anymore. And so I bought new plugins, and this was one of the first plugins I bought because I always wanted to have this Hans Zimmer percussion plugin. I loved these sounds as a sound. I wanted to be able to buy this when I was growing up and when I was in college, but didn't have the money. And now that I'm an adult that's actually made some money, I've decided to finally buy it. But I never really found a good use for it, or not like in like an actual piece. Like on Boss Fight, I don't think there's anywhere in the Boss Fight EP that you can go listen to everywhere right now, link down below. But I finally found a use for it here, and I think like it really accentuates the drums. So we have our drum patch here that we talked about yesterday. It's got there's some good energy in that. The wave shaper kind of bringing up the silence and creating that noise in between is really, really cool. But I still wanted something that kind of like rhythmically bounce with it better, so we made this patch. And this is just these guys, different drum samples from mostly taiko drums. There's a few like kind of brush sounds in there as well. I played in the first series of notes, and then the second series of notes, and then the third series of notes there. They're the third instrument on each of those. and then we put a channel EQ to take away a little bit of the bass. It's very, very boomy sound, which has always been the problem I've had with it, is it really just completely dominates the low end of anything it's dealing with. And then we put a bit crusher on it, which is what's giving that kind of like almost Tron-y sound. Turn this off. Goes back to being like really acoustic drums. Just makes it a little bit more chiptuney. Then a wave shaper here to just kind of really maximize it, kind of almost function more as a compressor of some sort there. And then this Fat Effects is literally just giving us a hard clip on the outer edge of that sound, and is giving us this wonderful thing that bounces with the main beat. I could listen to that all day. That is like drumline street beat type vibes that like, I just groove with that. That sounds so cool. So then I just put the choir with it. Put the bass with it, and then the lead as well. And now it sounds like we're fighting. It sounds like fighting music instead of being just, you know, like mournful, melancholy music. I thought that worked, and I really like that drum patch. So we kind of, the second section is not flushed out at all. This is just me just bringing it over the Game Boy lead from earlier and having it continue on with the melody. And this needs some sort of like sort of like a guitar, sort of like sort of sound to keep things driving. So probably make that tomorrow. But this is all we had time for today. Really glad to find a use for our Hans Zimmer percussion patches in there, and I'm really excited to see where this piece keeps going. So thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.